Good evening, one and all. We welcome you all to the International Webinar Series on Holistic Health, Well-being and Sustainable Development 2025, commemorating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, nation celebrating 77 years of independence and United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2015 to 2030. As part of awareness and campaigns in collaboration with Sri Holistic Health Foundation India and Sri Research Institute Center for Arts, Sciences and Wellbeing. Before we start our sessions, let's take the blessings of Almighty.
Kurutvam kalyanam arogyam dhanasampadam Shubham kurutvam kalyanam arogyam dhanasampadam Shatru buddhi vinashaya Deepajyotirnamostute Deepajyotirnamostute Shubham kurutvam kalyanam arogyam dhanasampadam Shubham kurutvam kalyanam arogyam dhanasampadam
With the blessings of Almighty, we shall continue today's commemorations. Today, we are commemorating International Day of Clean Air for Blue Skies on 7th September. The theme, Racing for Air, Every Breath Matters. Air pollution is the biggest environmental health risk of our time. It also exacerbates climate change, causes losses and reduces agriculture productivity. It knows no borders. Everyone has a responsibility to protect our atmosphere and ensure healthy air for all by collaborating across borders, sectors, and silos. We can reduce air pollution through collective investments of time, resources, and efforts. This day of clear air for blue skies proactively as we can achieve transformative change and secure healthy air for all. It is a twofold problem. Health project and health impact. Tiny invisible particles of pollution penetrate deep into our lungs, bloodstream, and bodies. These pollutants are responsible for about 1/3 of deaths from stroke, chronic respiratory diseases, and lung cancer, as well as 1/4 of deaths from the heart attack, ground level ozone produced from the interaction of many different pollutants in sunlight. It also cause of asthma and chronic respiratory illness. The climate impact, short-lived climate pollutants, like in short known as SLCPs, are among pollutants most linked with both health effects and near-term warming of the planet. They persist in atmosphere for as little as few days or up to few decades. So reducing them can have an almost immediate health and climate benefits for those living in places where levels fade. So preventing and reducing air pollution to improve air quality is a priority. Air pollution is the single greatest environmental risk to human health and one of the main avoidable causes of death and disease globally, with some estimated 6.5 million premature deaths 2016 across the world attributed to indoor and outdoor air pollution. Particularly in developing countries, air pollution disproportionately affects women, children, and elderly, especially in low-income populations, as they often exposed to high levels of ambient air pollution and indoor air pollution from cooking and heating with wood, fuel, and kerosene. Air pollution is a global problem with far-reaching impacts owing to its transport over long distance. In the absence of aggressive intervention, the number of premature deaths resulting from ambient air pollution is estimated to be on track to increase by more than 50% by 2050. So poor quality is also a challenge in context of sustainable development for all countries, in particular in cities and urban areas in developing countries with levels of air pollution that are higher than the limits set out by the World Health Organization air quality guidelines. Some air pollutants such as black carbon, methane, and ground level ozone are also short-lived climate pollutants and are responsible for significant portion of air pollution related deaths as well as impacts on crops and hence food security, so their reduction has co-benefits for the climate. So in the outcome document of the United Nations Conference on Sustainable Development, entitled The Future We Want, countries committed to promoting sustainable development, policies that support healthy air quality in the context of sustainable cities and human settlements, also the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, which outlines a roadmap is achieving sustainable development, environment protection, and prosperity for all, recognizes that air pollution abatement is important to the attainment of the sustainable development goals. Today, we are also commemorating World Duchenne Awareness Day on 7th September. Duchenne muscular dystrophy, or in short known as DMD, is a rare progressive disorder. People with DMD are missing muscle protecting protein. This is due to a fault in the gene producing dystrophin. Muscles to become weaker over time until it affects the whole body, and it is caused by a mutation of X chromosome. That is why mainly males are affected. First, walking becomes difficult, then other motor functions follow, and ultimately it affects ability to breathe as well as functions of the heart, as the heart is a muscle too. The missing protein also has a function in the brain, so learning and behavioral issues can also be part of the disease. In most countries, the average age of diagnosis of DMD is about 4 years of age, and diagnostic delay around 2.5 years. Parents see symptoms much earlier, and some symptoms are already visible when the children are very young. Duchenne muscular dystrophy is named after Dr. Duchenne de Broglie, who was one of the first to report the disease in detail in 1860s. So with this year's theme, World Duchenne Awareness Day highlights the role of family members for people living with Duchenne and Becker muscular dystrophy. Living with Duchenne muscular dystrophy is a journey marked by both physical challenges and emotional resilience. At the center of this journey is family. The love, support, and daily involvement of family members play a vital role not just in caregiving, but in shaping the quality of life, emotional well being of those living with DMD. The theme for the year is Family, the Heart of Care. So, recognizing that Duchenne muscular dystrophy is one of the most common pediatric genetic rare diseases, the General Assembly decided to designate 7th September, the current World Duchenne Awareness Day, as United Nations Day, to be observed every year in the beginning of 2024. The Assembly encouraged stakeholders to actively raise awareness on the specific challenge and needs faced by individuals and families in the rare diseases community through national campaigns, educational program, and information dissemination, with the goal of fostering greater understanding and empathy towards those affected by rare diseases and promoting global solidarity. Today is also commemorated as International Day of Police Cooperation, with the theme for 2025, ICT and AI in Policing. In commemorating the International Day of Police commemoration, the United Nations Interagency Task Force on Policing highlights the transformative potential of artificial intelligence, AI, and other information communication technologies, ICTs, in the field of law enforcement. In the digital age, policy extends far beyond city streets. The contemporary threat landscape is now dominated by cyber-enabled crimes, requiring law enforcement to analyze vast repositories of digital evidence in complex cross-border cases that often blend online and offline crimes. In the hands of malicious actors, AI tools and other ICTs are sophisticated instruments for criminal activity and affecting widespread harm at scale. Digital platforms, encrypted communications, and anonymizing tools are exploited for cyber-enabled crimes such as fraud, human trafficking, child sexual exploitation and abuse, gender-based violence, drug trafficking, terrorist and violent extremist recruitment schemes, and illicit financial flows. When powered by new technology, and in particular AI, these criminal threats are effected with a speed, scale, and stealth previously unimagined. So at the same time, the efficiencies offered by the digitalization have precipitated a rapid increase in the use of new and advanced technologies in the criminal justice sector. From an operational point of view, the use of technology in policing has considerable potential to assist in prioritizing and optimizing scarce resources, while also achieving improved responsiveness. The core policing functions of the prevention, identification, investigation, and prosecution of crime can be strengthened. For example, AI-enabled systems for identification and tracking of suspicious financial activities, improving biometric systems for more accurate identification of suspects and facilitating targeted surveillance. The responsible use of new technologies has potential to mitigate risks of secondary victimization, corruption, torture, and abuse of power, including through the digitalization of records, the routine video monitoring of policing practice, and the recording of statements by victims, witnesses, and persons suspected of accused of crime. Additionally, the increased availability of online services and digital connectivity has significant potential to enhance access to legal information and the law enforcement services, thereby strengthening equal access to justice for all, including for those who live in areas without immediate access to policing services. While the responsible use of AI and other ICTs affords several opportunities for strengthening essential policing functions, integrating these technologies capabilities into law enforcement settings is not without risks. Important concerns persist regarding transparency bias, accuracy, reliability, and the human rights implication of AI, including privacy and data protection risks. Effective policing relies on the public trust. It is imperative, therefore, that concerns relating to the use of technology and addressed through transparent and inclusive processes that seek to uphold public safety, human rights, police legitimacy, and the rule of law. So in March 2024, the United Nations General Assembly adopted Resolution 78 by 265 on seizing the opportunities of safe, secure, and trustworthy artificial intelligence systems for sustainable development, which calls upon member states to develop safe, secure, and trustworthy AI systems that adhere to the international law and the principles of human rights. Other recent resolutions, such as 73, 77 by 320, on the impact of rapid technological change, and 78 by 132 on ICTs for sustainable development, and 79 by 172 on human rights in the administration of justice frame the broader context for ensuring the safe development and use of AI. Importantly, Resolution 78 by 311 highlights the need for intentional collaboration and cooperation to build global capacity in the development and use of safe, secure, and trustworthy artificial intelligence systems. Collaboration between member states and multiple stakeholders, including private sector, international and regional organizations, civil society, academia, and technical communities, imperative in ensuring the human rights complaint uses of AI. The 2025 International Day of Police Cooperation under the theme ICT and AI in Policing also aligns with the recent adopted by the General Assembly of the United Nations Convention against Cybercrime, the first comprehensive global treaty to provide states with a range of measures to prevent and combat cybercrime, including through enhanced cooperation in the field of law enforcement. The United Nations Interagency Task Force on Policing calls for recognizing the important opportunity to reflect and advance strategies that enhance international cooperation among law enforcement institutions globally, enabling them to effectively harness the benefits of ICTs and AI in the ways that promote the rules of law, adhere to the establishment of international legal standards, and safeguard human rights. Today, we are also commemorating Assisted Living Week. Assisted Living Week is celebrated in US from September 7th to 13th. Many of us know someone who has either worked or resided in an assisted living environment. Assisted living facilities provide thorough care and sense of community for older adults and individuals living with disabilities. Celebrating National Assisted Living Week gives us a chance to recognize all of the staff, volunteers, and communities that play a vital role in making these facilities a success. So get ready. September 7th is a week to point out the amazing things that go on within the world of assisted living. Today is also commemorated as National Pet Rock Day in US. Marks National Pet Rock Day each year on September 7th. For those who don't know what they are, the rock you have been hiding under, not a pet rock for sure. Pet rocks are extraordinary rocks adopted by hundreds across the country. You might wonder why someone would keep a rock as a pet. Well, think about it. Rocks don't need grooming, they don't require visits to the vet, they don't eat, never get sick, and best of all, they never die. Today is also commemorated as Pitru Paksha from today onwards on September 7th. Hindus and various religions are bound by their dharma, and we see this Pitrumas and Pitru Paksha in all religions, though under different names and different practices. But this is common in every religion. So Hindus, as they are bounded by their dharma or religion or by belief system to pray for the souls of their ancestors, it's a debt that they must pay to stay happy. So during Pitru Paksha or Shar, a 16 lunar day period in the Hindu calendar, which starts this year on September 7th, from today onwards, every day, a Tithi is dedicated to the ancestors who passed away on this day so that everyone gets an opportunity, whoever passes on that Tithi. So Shraddh is offered to them every year, yearly once, apart from the death anniversary. So people offer prayers, food, and water to their ancestors. Hindus believe that the departed wander in the realm between heaven and earth, that is Pitrulok, and here they are restless and still attached to the worldliness, Maya. The prayers and ritual offerings during Pitru Paksha free the souls and help them transition towards Brahmaloka or heaven. So when Karma, a warrior during the time, a warrior during the times of Mahabharata dies, his soul is served foods made of gold and silver. For this, his hungry soul learns that this is due to his karma. While Karna was alive, he donated gold and silver, but no food. His soul prays and returns to there to donate food for a better afterlife. Earliest evidence of ancestor worship in the form of ancestor worship was found in China in the Yangshuo society, which existed in the Shaanxi province area, apart from India and various other countries. Jai Jatra So Jai Jatra, the Nepalese festival that commemorates the death of the people during the year, was started by King Pratap Malla to show his grieving wife that she alone had not lost a son. During 1624 to 74 AD in Nepal. And the Herbert Spencer, the English philosopher scientist, wrote in Principle of Sociology that ancestor worship was the root of every religion, which is signified by a scholar in 1877. And UNESCO also inscribes the Day of the Dead like Pitru Paksha. On the Day of the Dead, people pray for their ancestors. In 2008, this tradition was inscribed in the representative list of the intangible cultural heritage of humanity by UNESCO. So consult a Hindu priest or a family elder to learn about special rituals. Foods offered consist of rice, black sesame seeds, and barley flour balls, which are known as pindas, along with water. It is believed that during Pitru Paksha, feeding and caring for anyone in need generates good karma, and that helps bring peace to the departed. What a great way to do your part. While you explain the significance of Pitru Paksha to your children, tell them that a good Hindu is respectful and loving to their parents, grandparents, and elders, and remind your children that they are blessings in obedience. So the 16-day period is considered an unfavorable time to start any new venture, get married or buy a house or a car. So these don't offer. So this is considered as inauspicious period because our concentration should be completely on praying for the ancestors. Otherwise, if we keep other activities, then both are getting affected because this is a one-time opportunity for the entire year. So it should be performed with devotion and commitment because it is for our family, ancestors, and for our well-being, for future generations, as well as the present generations. Those who don't offer food and water to their ancestors during Pitru Paksha will receive none in their afterlife. So this is a belief. So it is our responsibility. Whoever is there, known or unknown ancestors, doesn't matter. You can just take all the ancestors in their memory, irrespective of whether you know their name or not, doesn't matter. So you can take as a whole all the ancestors and you can offer as simple as water and darba and black till seeds, that black sesame seeds. That is more than enough. A simple ritual where you can perform on Amavasyas, and if you are not able to do regularly every month also, once in a year, even that kind of gratitude also, if we are not able to show, then what is the use of our lineage? So it should be responsibility of each and everyone to make a habit of expressing gratitude in whatever way you can. See, if you are not able to perform rituals as per religious activities and as per the religious order, the least thing is you can prepare some food, whatever you are eating, chapati, rice, or whatever you are making at home. You can donate to the needy and poor, even in the name of, by taking your name or remembering your ancestors. Even that will also give the benefit. So generally it is believed that our ancestors will come to receive our food and water. That's why we offer the shard to our ancestors in this period. So Pitru Paksha is also the time a Hindu can wash off the sins inherited from his ancestors. We have prarabdha karma and different karmas based on that. So whatever karma doesn't leave us because it becomes the part of the DNA. And it is there, that karmic account is there along with the prana. Prana doesn't change. The prana which comes from the God and goes back to the God till it reaches the God, till it reaches the source again. The karmic account is part of the DNA of prana, and every birth it takes, the karmic account remains with the jiva until it reaches the Paramatma. So jiva is the prana that enters different bodies. So whichever body it is there, as per the karmic acts, that is good deeds and bad deeds we perform, based on that, in all the janmas or in all the births we take, that karmic account comes as long as it is nullified and we go back to Paramatma and get united. So we should take every opportunity, every day, every moment as an opportunity to cleanse our bad karma. So always we have to indulge in good karma, whatever best possible, whatever little. You may not do the greatest thing in the world, but the greatest thing that you can do as a human being. That is the best part you can do. You know, in fact, being a good human being itself is the greatest act of being a human being. Because the greatest disease or disorder is we are not able to recognize a fellow human being as equal, respectable, dignified human being. That is the greatest disease and disorder today the entire world is facing. And that's why a lot of ego conflicts, jealousy, and all because of that conflicts are coming, and law and order issues, wars, crimes, social disturbance, all such things are happening because we are not able to see other person as equally dignified, respectable as we are. If we see that everyone would be happy and equally respecting each other, we'll try to attempt and understand each other. So that's why it is very much important for us to appreciate and recognize everyone as equal, and let's take this opportunity to try to do good karmic account, good karmic order, good deeds as much as possible. So feeding crows is a good omen, and that is a ritual practice. A crow eating the offerings is considered a good sign because crows are believed to be representation of the god of death, Yama, and also our ancestors. So the least you can do is put some water and food to the crows wherever the crows are available, especially where people don't, move for some time. So you can offer the least thing you can do is you can put a bowl of water and a bowl of food for the crows on terrace or balcony, wherever you are, where crows can come and take the food. So that gesture, that small gesture is also very beneficial in this period of Pitru Paksha. So every day, if possible, because we don't know the known ancestors and unknown ancestors, and every day, people keep taking birth and people keep dying. So our ancestors might also have died on different dates. So it is always good that every day, starting from today, every day you take some bowl of water and whatever you are preparing, you need not specially prepare. Whatever you have prepared for you, for your breakfast or for your lunch or for your dinner, you take in the early morning or whenever you get some time before you eat or after eating, preferably before you eat, you just offer to the crow. Don't worry whether crow comes and eat. Again, don't get into all those things. You just offer some bird, even if crow doesn't eat, some bird eats, that is also good. So don't worry about that. You put some food, don't keep huge quantities, and again, don't create a new kind of problem. Just small bowl of, fist or handful of bowl of water, and whatever it can consume, it will consume. If it is left, you can also feed to other animals left out. So don't worry if, no crow will come, no crow has come and eaten that. No need to worry. Again, don't create new problems for yourself. The whole point here is to offer by wholeheartedly. Doesn't matter how the form is, but our sincerity, dedication is more important. So traditionally, Pitru Paksha was performed only by men, particularly sons, but times have changed. In families where there are no sons or son-in-laws, daughters can also perform the rituals instead. So nowadays, even women, girls are also performing. So don't worry. Again, thinking that we don't have any son or son-in-law doesn't matter. Whether you are irrespective of your gender, anyone can offer. See, offering a bowl of water and bowl of food, gender doesn't matter. That simple act you can do, right? Irrespective of gender. In fact, everyone you should encourage. Otherwise, you find some animal, you give it. Otherwise, you find some human being, you offer food to them, and in any way, you can just feed cows or whatever it is. If you are unable to perform rituals. So, according to the holy scriptures and writings of the Gita and the Vedas, offerings made to the departed during Pitru Paksha bring peace to their souls and helps them reach their divine destination. So death is not end, it merely punctuates the cycle of birth and rebirths, and Pitru Paksha marks the end of one's physical body. For the soul, what follows is a journey determined by each person's individual karma, which was earned during lifetime. So the Hindus believe that there are strong karmic ties. So death is not the end, and it merely punctuates the life cycle of birth and rebirth, and Pitru Paksha marks the end of one's physical body. So for the soul, what follows is a journey determined by each person's individual karma, which was earned during their lifetime. So the Hindus believe that there are strong karmic ties between previous, current, and future unborn generations. We are indebted to our ancestors, to the nature and environment. When we honor them by praying to their souls, we earn their blessings. So it's a simple act of gratitude. So in that way, it connects past, present, and future generations. Today is also commemorated as Superhuman Day on September 7th. Every year, this day honors people with disabilities who face and overcome challenges, disgrace, and dishonor that they experience and is likely to experience some kind of disability at some point in time. This is why this day also honors and recognizes hundreds of athletes, musicians, entrepreneurs, educationalists, and individuals who have proved themselves regardless of what society labels them as. Today is also commemorated as Texas Energy Savings Day on September 7th, US. The majority of Texans are overpaying for their electricity, and with so many complicated plans and bills, many Texans don't even realize it. By staying on the top of energy contracts and learning how to better understand their bill, Texans have the opportunity to reduce their electrical bills, sometimes massively. Today is also commemorated as National New Hampshire Day in US, observed on September 7th by the residents of New Hampshire in the United States. The day recognizes New Hampshire becoming the ninth state to join the Union. New Hampshire, also known as the Granite State, is the epitome of New England in many ways. New Hampshire is famous for its breathtaking landscapes, fascinating history, and hospitable people. The motto of the state is Live Free or Die, coined by the revolutionary hero John Stark. National New Hampshire Day is a celebration of state's wonderful culture, history, and people. Today is also commemorated as National First Day of Peel Season in US on September 7th every year, and it celebrates healthy skin. The beginning of fall is the best time for skin peeling, deep exfoliation treatments. This is because there's less sun exposure to worry about, making the season safer for stronger enzyme peels and chemical peels. These treatments exfoliate away the weathered layers of summer skin to reveal that enviable autumn glow. The season also comes before harsh winter months when skin becomes too dry or compromised for a peel. Peel season marks the time of renewal and positive change to our skin. Today is also commemorated as National Feel the Love Day in US. Each year, it doesn't matter what kind of love you are celebrating. It could be your family, friends, pets, or romantic partner. National Feel the Love Day is about spreading the joys of love as wide as you can. The day is also a count your blessings and cherish the people who bring so much joy. Today is also commemorated as National Econ Squash Day in US. Have you ever thought of a squash, econ squash? We are talking about the sport. We are talking about the National Econ Squash Day on September 7th. Econ squash is also known as pepper squash or Des Moines squash and is a water squash that is occasionally considered a summer squash belonging to same species as zucchinis or crookneck squash like pumpkin. Its vibrant in color and sweet taste make an appetizing. Appealing carb option and is not only delicious but also packed with nutrients. Today is also commemorated as Indigenous Literacy Day on September 7th. In Australia, Indigenous Literacy Day is an initiative by Australia's Indigenous Literacy Foundation. Through literacy programs, the organization seeks to improve the lives and possibilities of Indigenous Australians, not just any literacy program, but one that puts knowledge and wisdom of the Indigenous people first. Today is also commemorated as Grandparents' Day in US on 7th September. That is the first Sunday after Labor Day. This year, the date falls on September 7th. Like Mother's Day, Father's Day, we also have a whole day dedicated to our grandparents. Grandparents and children have a special connection that is proven to both make grandparents live longer and also make children more emotionally resilient. Grandparents' Day is an opportunity to treasure that connection and spend some quality family time together. Today is also commemorated as Grandma Moses Day in US, celebrates talented artist Annie Mary Robertson Moses, better known as Grandma Moses, born on the same day in 1860. The observance pays homage to an artist who remains an inspiration to people starting careers late in life. Despite her advanced age, she defied the odds and set out to become one of the most celebrated artists of our time. Today is also commemorated as Fluidra International Pool Pro Day, which takes place annually on September 7th. The swimming pool industry is filled with many talented and hardworking individuals. Pool pros are special, so we want to honor and celebrate them on this day. So, pool industry professionals are often unrecognized for their work, yet they exemplify all the great about the swimming and spa experience. Today is also commemorated as Buy a Book Day on September 7th. This day is celebrated to raise awareness about the buying and book reading culture. The US adult population that read books has declined 7% over the past decade. Buying books and reading them have been a declining habit among millennials and Gen Zs. This is exactly what a Buy a Book Day aims to remedy. Today is also commemorated as Brazil Independence Day on September 7th. As they say in Brazil, Sete de Setembro. The regent prince Dom Pedro, son of Portuguese king Dom João VI, was authorized to rule if the king either dead or returned to Portugal. Upon his father's return to Portugal in 1821, Dom Pedro took over, eventually declaring allegiance with the Brazilian independence was officially proclaimed September 22nd, 1822, although now Independence Day is celebrated on September 7th. After independence, the monarchy remained until it was later overthrown. During celebrations today, the streets are full of patriotic Brazilians waving flags and banners. There's also singing and dancing among family and friends. Today is also commemorated as Suicide Prevention Week from September 7th to 13th, as we are celebrating World Suicide Prevention Day on September 10th every year. So National Suicide Prevention Week, which began on September 7th and ends on September 13th this year, is an annual campaign observed in the United States to educate and inform general public about suicide prevention and to warn about rising suicide rates. It also aims to reduce the stigma surrounding suicide and encourage the pursuit of mental health assistance, because going to therapy should be normalized as going to the gym or to the market or any place. So we are celebrating World Suicide Prevention Day on September 10th. So we invite you all to be participants, to be resource persons, to share your topic so that we can schedule, and accordingly you can also make a presentation and contribute to the World Suicide Prevention Day. This week is also commemorated as National Waffle Week from September 13th to September 7th to 13th. So this first full week of September, and the treats prove that design can make mealtime that much sweeter. The word waffle actually comes from the Dutch waffle, and that comes from the Middle Dutch waffle, which stretches as far back as 13th century. Before that, French called it Valfrey in 1185, the Frankish Wafia, which meant honeycomb or cake. No matter what you call it, no one can deny it is delicious. So with this, we shall end today's commemorations. Thank you everyone for joining us in these today's commemorations and celebrations. So we wish you all the blessings of your ancestors and their grace be on all of you. And let's all perform the basic things, at least offer some food, whatever we prepare, and a bowl of water every day in these next 15 days to our ancestors, and seek the blessings and grace of our ancestors. And let's all flourish in whatever activities you are taking up, whatever good deeds you are performing. So we request everyone to quickly fill up the feedback form, which has been raised in the form of polls before leaving the platform. So see you all tomorrow at the same time with the same joining link. Take care. Good night.